Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hugh Martyr, and welcome to Hugh Martyr School of Driving. That was a weird intro, but today we'll be talking about Google Maps and maps on your phone and other directional services. Now, here's the thing. First off, let's talk about how to deal with these guys. Later, I'll be making a video on dealing with distractions in your car, but Google Maps can be one of the biggest distractions you can possibly handle, and a distraction that, in fact, you need to handle, which sucks. So, what can you do about Google Maps? Dun 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 dun. Well, here's your answer. Uh-oh. Jeez. What fresh skadoodle is this? Whoa. Anyway, sorry to have to talk over the sound of rattling things in the back. Shut up, things! They make me mad. Anyway, when you have a navigational service, you gotta determine whether you need the voice or you don't need the voice. Let me tell you that personally, I do not need the voice. I can just glance over. And let me tell you that ideally, but the important word here is ideally, because some people I know can't handle not having the voice. And if that is the case, that is absolutely and perfectly fine. I promise. But let me say something statistically here. It is dangerous, yes, to have to glance over at the map. However, it's also dangerous to not hear certain sounds. And if your hearing is distracted by having to listen, which is a whole different scenario, you could miss something important on the road. So personally, even though this logic is not very robust, I believe that the method of glancing at the map is superior to the method of listening to the voice. But I'll give you a both sides of the coin and how to deal with them. So, the first side of the coin is a map glance. If you are a map glancer, all my map glancers, hit the like button. But you glance at your map, in which case you should locate your map as close to your line of sight as you can. See, in the driver's seat, I'm looking in front of me for like imagine a spotlight coming out of your face, like you're the projectionist, all right? So you want your map on the edge of that line of sight as perfectly as you can get it there. Not in your line of sight, but not out of your line of sight. You don't want to have to move your line of sight very much, but you also don't want it to distract you constantly. So you have to find that important balance. A lot of driving is balancing. So that's what you do if you glance at the map. And second, if you're glancing, well, I'll save that for later because it affects all of us. But let's say you're dealing with the voice. Turn off all music and don't let anyone speak. It is imperative that you hear the voice. Because if you're relying entirely on the voice, then you need to hear the voice. If you're looking at the voice, hearing the voice, and glancing at the thing, then I suggest you teach yourself to only glance at the thing, because try not to do both. It's one or the other. It really is. But, it really is. attack me in comments if you want to. It'll be the first comment I've gotten in like 2 weeks. I'll be happy to have a calm, reasonable argument with you about why it's one or the other. Okay? Good. So, what was I talking about? Yes, you have to listen. Make sure all of your senses are on listening to the voice, because the voice is important. Also, you should listen to the voice. But remember, you can't concentrate too hard. It's always sort of like being able to hear it and listen to it, but not to hit anything. Or not to, well, yeah, hit anything. Like, it's important in both cases that you keep aware enough that you don't hurt, hit, or destroy anything at all. No way, no how. So, here's the thing you might have to deal with. Rerouting. Sucks. Whenever you take a slight misturn, the first thing the maps will probably do is they'll stay on that route as if you're still on it, because they're a tiny bit dumb. And then they start calculating a new route for you. Frequently, this route can be pretty illogical and just being like, hey, get back on that route you were on, rather than taking an alternative route. So there are a couple things that happen that might happen during an alternation. One, if you made a purposeful quote wrong turn in order to say, hey, I know this part of town, I can get here faster, the phone will not like that. In fact, the phone will hate you. So what you need to do is exit the guidance program as soon as possible. Second, if you are in a parking lot, do not trust. Like, turn that thing off immediately, because it will get confused with you. It will get very, very, very confused as soon as it enters the parking lot. I don't quite know why. So that is a situation in which you want to just stop. But the third situation is when you actually made a wrong turn, in which case you should find a safe place, i.e. a parking space, red light, something like that, to stop as soon as possible and assess the situation. It's probably gonna ask you to take a U-turn because it likes to do that. But if it isn't, then you ignore all and any instructions from it until you're safe enough to focus your entire attention on the map. Trust me on this one. Don't try to look at it and keep taking its advice when you have deviated from the path, because it will get very confused and you will become very confused. What you gotta do is find a good place to stop and leave and get out of there. Well, you gotta find a good place to take a break and find out what's happening, and then you can get out of there. No, please, come on ahead. That's nice of you. Come on. Ooh, that was tight, my man. Oh! Oh! Whoa! Oh, big brain driving over there. I bet he's listening to my episodes. So, I believe that. No, wait. We still got to do a tier list. Which is the best of the things is. Yes. Well. First off, on the bottom of the tier list. I'm not including any like really vague or really unknown service. Here's what I'm doing. I'm rating the Maps app that comes with Apple. I'm rating Google Maps, and I'm rating Waze, W-A-Z-E. So here's what Apple Maps is good at. It is good at hacking into your calendar and telling you when you have to leave in estimated time to arrive at your destination if you have set a destination on your calendar. And don't get me wrong, that's useful. But in the other two categories, the other two services have it flat beat. Apple, don't destroy this video, please. Why did it get all dark? Is Apple trying to put the moves on me? So second in my list is Waze. And Waze is interesting because it knows all sorts of funny things and funny go-around ways to get to your destination. And it also knows, it also updates and gives you information about crashes, and it also has a thing for knowing where policemen are. It has a system where you can report as a Waze user if a policeman is nearby or up the road, and that'll help you know to not speed on this juncture. And I find that really, really useful. I really do. But the top of my leaderboard is Google Maps, because Google Maps has a user-friendly interface. It's very easy to figure out. It doesn't have a lot of complicated bells and whistles, but it does have a couple of settings, including one that allows you to pick avoiding highways, avoiding toll zones, or avoiding ferries. And it's always very good about routes. The only thing it doesn't really have is its estimated time of arrival really nailed down. It really needs to work on that one. Or maybe it just can't understand my magnificence. Anyway, that's it. I hope you all liked it. If you liked it, like the video. It's a one-to-one situation there. Remember to comment. I take your requests. And just comment if you liked what you saw, please. Subscribe, because I make videos like this, and share it with your friends if they're learning how to drive. I'm legitimately giving information out here. I'm not doing this sarcastically. All right, bye-bye.